Mastering your emotions doesn't mean you suppress them. It means you're in control of how you express and respond to them. When you learn to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, you gain clarity, you gain confidence, you gain strength, you gain power. You grab the wheel of your life. You grab the wheel of your emotions. You know, everything happens because of our emotions. He acted that way because of his feelings. She did the same thing because of hers. But those emotions can lead to an accident. So how many times do we allow our emotions to control us and cause us to suffer? That's why it is important to always be aware of our emotions and not let them take control. Because when we let our emotions take control, we probably won't make the best decision. We probably won't make the best decision in the long run. We probably won't make the best decision for that present moment, right? There was once a man, and this is a true story, by the way, so don't get it twisted. But there was once a man, he shot and killed his girlfriend. He claimed that he had mistaken her for an intruder after hearing a noise in the middle of the night in the bathroom, right? Okay, so at trial, it was argued that his emotional state, whether due to fear, anger, or a combination of feelings, led to this tragic incident. His emotional reactions and misinterpretation of the situation, coupled with his actions under stress, were key factors in this situation. This case highlights how emotional reactions can override rational thinking and lead to catastrophic consequences. His actions that night seem to have been driven by a combination of heightened emotional stress and a misjudgment of the situation, which tragically resulted in the loss of that woman. Our feelings can deceive us when it comes to emotions. When it comes to mastering emotions, actually, because they are often impulsive and driven by immediate reactions, rather than us taking our time and just sitting down thinking, just having a thoughtful reflection. Feelings can be very overwhelming. Feelings can overwhelm us in the moment, in the present moment, and this will lead us to a decision based on the impulse rather than a careful consideration. So, like, for example, anger or frustration. This can cause you to say stuff you don't really mean. It can cause you to take actions that you will regret later. And that's what happens when you want to let your feelings control you, let your emotions control you, instead of taking your time and having a thoughtful consideration about that. Our emotions can cloud our judgments. For instance, fear might make us believe that a situation is worse than it is. Or sadness, that could even distort how you view a problem, making it seem like it's something bigger than what it is, right? Sometimes we can't convince ourselves that our emotions are justified, even when they're based on assumptions or misunderstandings. But doing this can lead to actions that reinforce negative cycles. When emotions like anxiety or sadness arise, our first thing to do, our first instinct might be to avoid or suppress them, rather than understanding and processing them. And when you avoid it, this can result in your emotions controlling you rather than you mastering them. When you try to avoid them, emotions are so fleeting, so we often act like they define us and define the situation permanently. And that can lead you to making decisions that you wouldn't make otherwise if you allowed the time for the emotion to pass. Mastering your emotions means recognizing that emotions are signals, not necessarily truth, not necessarily the honest truth, because you shouldn't always think, whatever you feel, it isn't always what you feel. Everything isn't what you feel. Everything ain't what it seems. It's important to step back and process your feelings and respond thoughtfully rather than reacting immediately, because this will help you avoid being deceived by your own emotions in the heat of the moment. Yes, your emotions can deceive you. Your feelings can deceive you. Don't be fooled. You can be at work. You can be out in public or in a relationship or in your own mind. It doesn't matter. Learning how to control your emotional response is a game changer for life. It is an elevation to your life. Emotions are a part of us. They are a part of who we are. They drive us, motivate us, and sometimes even push us to do amazing things. But what happens when our emotions take over? When we react so impulsively instead of responding thoughtfully? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. That's why it is so crucial to master your emotions, because you don't want to be deceived by them, right? Think about a time when you've been angry or frustrated and you said something you didn't mean. Or maybe you felt overwhelmed and made a hasty decision. That's the danger of letting emotions lead the way. They distort your reality. They make you act on fleeting feelings instead of what's best for you in the long run. So what's the alternative? Instead of reacting, we should focus on responding. Responding means you take a moment to process the emotion, understand why you're feeling that way, and choose how to react. Reacting, on the other hand, that means you're being on autopilot, reptilian brain all day. You're being controlled by whatever emotion is most intense in that moment. And that is not the way to be. That's not the way to go. Think about it. When you react, you might shout, slam the door, or make a decision without considering the consequences. But when you respond, you take a deep breath, pause, and then make a choice that aligns with your values and goals. Listen to this. Emotions don't have to control you. But in order to make that shift, you need to reprogram your mind. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger you get. Firstly, recognize that emotions aren't facts. Just because you're feeling something doesn't mean that it's the absolute truth. Doesn't mean that it don't even mean that is important neither. Feelings, emotions like that, they come and go. Your ability to choose how to respond is permanent. So how do you start reprogramming? Let me tell you some techniques to master your emotions, right? Because that's what it's all about. You gotta master. Hey baby, what's up girl? My dog wants to pay a visit. Come here mama. Hey baby. Hey, step, get up here. You wanna get on YouTube? Show YouTube. Hey girl. She's a big girl. She probably won't jump up here. Let's break it down with some techniques that will help you master your emotions and build mental strength. Number 1, mindfulness and awareness. The first step is awareness. When you feel a strong emotion taking over, in your body, you need to take a moment to notice it, right? Notice it without judgment. Simply acknowledge what you're feeling. If I'm feeling angry or I'm feeling anxious, you take a brief moment, because this pause will allow you to detach from that emotion and give you space to choose your response, right? Another thing is deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Yes, breath work, breathing will also help you master your emotions. When emotions run high, your body is in a state of fight or flight. So deep, slow breaths can help you activate your parasympathetic nervous system and slow this body down. It will calm your body down and allowing you to, it will allow your mind to think clearly again, right? Another thing you need to do is challenge negative thoughts. Our emotions often come with distorted thoughts. Like when you're anxious and start overthinking, this will never work. And when you get mad, you be like, oh, they always do this to me. You make yourself a victim. That victim mentality, cut it out. But seriously. It's like, is this really true? Is this the only way to look at the situation? That's what you need to do. Analyze that situation and control the energy, right? Reframe the situation. When you feel yourself getting angry, anxious, mad, sad, whatever it is, try reframing from the situation. Instead of thinking this is terrible, try thinking this is tough, but I can handle it. Because when you shift your perspective, you can change how you feel, and then that will change how you respond, right? Okay. Another great thing to do is journaling. Yes. Journaling, writing, that's a great tool, because writing down your emotion will help you process them without letting them overwhelm you, right? So it's a safe place to reflect. It's a safe place to reflect, release, gain clarity, and just become at peace with yourself and your emotions. Look, see, it's just that simple. Take time and just analyze those emotions. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean you suppress them. It means you're in control of how you express and respond to them. When you learn to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, you gain clarity, you gain confidence, you gain strength, you gain power. You grab the wheel of your life. You grab the wheel of your emotions. You'll find that relationships improve. Your decision making will be better. You start feeling more at peace with yourself, because emotion mastery is a lifelong skill with limitless rewards. And another big thing in life to master: your desires and your emotions. Ooh, two big things that you need to master. So take a deep breath, Acknowledge your emotions and respond with intention. You got this. Remember, emotions are powerful. Yes, indeed they are. Yes, indeed they are. But they don't have to control you just because they're powerful. So you need to master them, and then you'll be able to handle any challenge. Thanks for watching this video. Always remember that your emotions don't have to control you. Your desires don't have to control you. You need to control them instead, because you don't want to end up like, you don't want to end up making a decision that's not worth it. You don't want to end up doing something that's gonna cost you in the long run. Until next time, stay in control and take control of your emotions. I'm out of here. Yeah.